How many times throughout the week do you get news that just ruins your entire day? And even if you can control your emotions, it's still written all over your face. Use this as an example. You're working at a restaurant and you just got word that someone in your family has passed away. And then you get a family of 6 who's celebrating their daughter's birthday. And even though your heart is breaking and you don't know how to process what you just heard, you still have to put on a smile, use your happy voice, and make them have the best experience that they have ever had. That's something that food service workers, servers, anybody that works in that type of industry has to deal with every single day. And no, it might not always be to that extreme. There's good days and there's bad days, just like everybody else. But the difference is that most jobs pay you enough to put that smile on and use that happy voice. And then some don't. My point today is to try to persuade you to tip your server, no matter how bad the service is, because you just don't know what somebody's is going through in that particular moment. Having to deal with day-to-day life and it not affect you in your workplace is something that a lot of people do have to deal with. But the only difference, I guess, that it would really be is that the job that another person is working may not be directly related to the public as much as a serving job is. And when you walk out to your tables, all of your emotion, no matter what you're feeling, no matter what you're going through, has to go out the window, and you have to give your customers the best experience that they can have. Think about that the next time you go out to eat, and think about what your server might have had to go through during that day, or even what they could be going through with another table as they're taking care of you. For example, out of personal experience, on my first day on a serving floor by myself was 2 days after my cousin died in a car crash. And then the same day, in the middle of my shift, my sister and my mom came up to my job to tell me that my grandpa had passed away that morning. Did I get to go home? No, because servers' main source of income is through their tips. And to elaborate on that more, our tips are our main source of income. Now, it's different everywhere, but as far as my job and what I made was $2.13 an hour. Yeah. So keep that in mind. That adds up to about $170 every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks. And that's only if you work a full 80 hours. That's not counting if you're sick or anything like that. Basically means that if you're not at work, you're not making any money. Keep that in mind, that a lot of servers, or keep in mind that a lot of servers are college students, parents, and even just everyday people trying to make it, make ends meet. And in the state of Louisiana, the living wage, which is what it takes to, live a normal life, with no children, is $11.43 an hour. Minimum wage in the state of Louisiana is $7.25. And servers, depending on where you go, normally make between $2 and $3 an hour. So in order to pay our bills and live a normal, comfortable life, we have to make at least $80 to $100 a day in tips. Some nights are better than others, but I've had nights where I've left with only $30 after working an 8 to 9 hour shift. And on top of our serving duties, we have other things that we have to do in the back. Speaking from experience, it can get very, very hectic in the type of environment that we work in, from the kitchen to the host stand, the dish room, the people who are preparing the food, and even to the point of rolling silverware. Every little thing that goes on in a restaurant can affect the way that a table is taken care of. And believe me, 9 times out of 10, it is not the server's fault if something goes wrong. In the kitchen, things get overcooked, undercooked. They have orders that get backed up, and in some cases, food even gets stolen. And what this means is that the food that is prepared is on the same ticket as another one, like it's the same dish, and another server will take that dish, not thinking about it, and then your order is left without one thing that they have to recook from scratch. In the dish pit, dishes can get stacked up. We have ran out of cups so many times. We've run out of silverware. We're in the middle of a shift and we have to roll silverware in order for our tables to have silverware. And even at the host stand, and that's a big part of running a restaurant, is sometimes servers get double sat and they have to take on 2 to 3 tables at a time, or the restaurant could be put on a wait, and that puts a lot of stress on the servers and the cooks and the managers and everybody that works there. So now that you have a better understanding of everything that servers and cooks and everybody in that type of industry goes through on a day-to-day basis, I hope that y'all can take it into perspective the next time that you're dining at a food establishment, that everybody has bad days and that we're all human. Your servers are no different. Your cooks are no different. They have families and lives that they're dealing with on a day-to-day basis, just like everybody else. They have bad days, but they have to put on a brave face to make your experience better. And most of them, not going to say all of them, but most of them really enjoy making others happy, and they enjoy doing what they do. So that's why no matter how long it takes to get your food, how long it takes for you to get their drinks, or takes them to get your drinks, or even if it takes a little more than one joke to get them to smile, just remember that you have no idea what that other person is going through.